So it's been a while since I've been in Kansas. I've been out here for 4 months. Those of you who know me, even for those of you who don't know me, I used to go to Kansas Wesleyan University, play college basketball there. I was a point guard and a shooting guard, and before that, I attended Brown Mackey College. Now, I did not go to both of these schools, like consecutively. I went to Brown Mackey first, and then after 2 or 3 years, I left and went home and became a school teacher. After I left, after the school teaching job, I went back or came back to Kansas to play at Kansas Wesleyan. And then I ended up going back home to go to another college. I did not finish college. I stopped going my senior year. I know a lot of people would say, like, why did you stop going, this and that. Personal life with family, friends, things like that. I had to stop going. Will I go back? I don't know. But it is just 1 year. I could do online or something like that, but I don't know yet. But now I'm back out here, and a little quick evaluation of my life or something right now. I've been working on my credit. My credit has improved. I'm getting close to the 600s. I got my own mobile detailing truck. It's still the beginning phase of me being on my own journey and getting things done in my life. I work a nighttime job where I use that money to pay my bills, and then I use the remains to invest into the stock market. I plan to go legit with my mobile detailing service so I can have taxable income, proof of income, things like that. I can make way more money working for myself than I can for somebody else. I would say one of these 9 to 5s that I work. I work a regular fast food restaurant type of thing. So it's nothing special, but I understand the concept and things of that nature as to why I need the 9 to 5 right now. I'm shooting YouTube videos. I'm posting them on YouTube and Facebook. And this is the beginning step, but I look at people 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 years down the road, and you know, those things, uh, those things is motivation because I see how far people can go. I see how far people can advance and improve, and I'm working on multiple streams of income right now as we speak. And I'm just learning things as I go. Some days I work a lot on what I want done. Some days I don't do anything at all. For me, if my mindset isn't in the right place when working on these things, I won't force it. From time to time, I just sit around in my room and just stay focused. So now, I haven't been outside in a while, but here I am outside. It's so nice out here. It's very nice. Walking at this park. The parks out here in Kansas are very different than the parks at home. They have parks similar to home, but for the most part, most of their parks is wide open land. And while others may not like these type of parks, I didn't like it at first when I first started coming to Kansas. But wide open land for some reason clears my head. I'm able to think. I'm able to figure out what my next move is. I'm able to figure out what I'm gonna get done. And let me remind you, with the YouTube and the Facebook videos and things like that, at first I was very uncomfortable, nervous. I'm still kind of nervous as far as spreading my mobile detailing service, advertising and things like that. I had a little bit of pride at first when I quit my job. I quit a job to do the mobile detailing, and then things didn't work out the way it was supposed to. Bills are still coming, so I had to go back to a job, and I didn't want to. So sometimes pride and what people will think of you and all that can stop you from your growth, stop you from your elevation, things like that. So the whole thing, with me is just elevation, like getting better, improving, things like that. So you know, just really trying to figure out what it is that, or I already got it figured out. I just, I like being out here in Kansas. Like, I drive through these neighborhoods where, like, these people have nice homes, they got nice families, and, it's kind of like I guess you want to call it like it's not a goal, it's not a marker, it's just something that I look at as to, like, what I want to have. Where I grew up at, come from broken homes and things like that, so um, I like looking. Well, I don't even know what the perception is with these people with these nice homes and nice cars, because they can also be in a messed up environment or a broken home or something like that. But I think from my, like, past experiences and the things that I went through, it'll help me, because I know I truly believe that I'll be a good brother, uh, a great parent, whatever the case may be. Like, but things like this, you have to take time out of your day to do things like this. Like, being out here in Kansas, a lot of things have slowed down for me. And the city is fast paced. Fast paced. Everything moves fast, 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 fast. You don't realize, like, being at home, you move super fast for no reason. You doing a bunch of busy nothing. Like, you just doing a bunch of stuff for nothing. And, you know, like, this is real nice. Like, I like it. I just sit out here, take a walk. See, these are things about, like, when some people won't do these things because they don't have friends or don't got people that want to go with them, their boyfriend, their girlfriend, whatever the case may be. You find friends wherever you put your time at. You find friends wherever you put your company at. But I really, truly believe, like, what I'm doing with my life right now. I'm 27 years old, and I feel like I've been in a better place, a better situation than what I was before. I'm able to control and dictate the outcome of things that are happening around me. I don't use my parents or family as a crutch. Like, this is also the thing I've learned. Like, perception is real, so perception is portrayed to be real. So people oftentimes make it seem like everything is going good, this and that, but I literally don't ask my parents for help. I don't ask my brothers and sisters for help. You get yourself in it, you should be able to get yourself out of it. And I'm teaching myself how to be on my own. I'm teaching myself to not ask people for help. Now, there are times you have to ask for help, but sometimes, most of the time where I grew up at, people ask for help only because they wasn't smart. They wasn't using their money, using their tools and resources the right way. Even though in their head they knew they were supposed to, they go and do something else, and then they go to somebody else and ask for a safety net or ask for help. And that's kind of what I'm getting at is, I do the mobile detailing in the mornings, like 6 to whenever it gets dark. Then I head over to my job and work that till 11, 12 o'clock at night. Now, the mobile detailing is kind of slow. But even then, people was telling me it wasn't going to work. I had a spurt for 2 weeks where I was washing cars every day, 4 to 5 cars a day, $20. I know it works. Now that's all I needed to see was that the product works. So now, here I am, getting ready to, I guess, like, you want to call it, like, embark on a journey where I think life is going to continue to get better for me. I had a car that I was renting out to families in Kansas. One of the families that I rented a car out to, she broke my window. But at the time, the money to fix the window was the money I made from her renting the car out for the duration period that she had it for. So she rented it out for like 2 weeks. I made $600. Um, the window is going to cost me $400 at Safe Light to replace. Now, I don't know any other options out here in Kansas, so I ended up not, spending that money on that. Now, the thing is, when you make money and you got a business at the time, renting a car out was my business. You have to invest your money back into the business. I should have fixed the window and put the car right back out there, and I would have made the money back. But coming from an environment where you don't have too much of anything, you got a scarcity mindset where you don't want to spend the things that you do have because you don't think you're ever going to get it again. And being out here on my own, I'm just learning that opportunities to make money, opportunities and things present itself, but you got to step out of your comfort zone. So I'm slowly learning that, slowly working on those type of things. Things will get better for me. So I'm just gonna keep pushing forward, keep focusing, keep moving, and just understand like this is not a get rich, get wealthy, get healthy thing tomorrow. This takes time. But hey, me personally, I could see myself having a bunch of land and owning me a home or some apartments or something like that on that piece of land and just add value to what I own. And I think it's going to work for me. I truly believe that it's going to work for me. I don't know. I kind of starting to like shooting these YouTube videos. Definitely like shooting these YouTube videos now. I quit my job at the elementary school I worked at back home. I kind of felt like I was being used in the wrong way. I got in trouble a couple of times for the way I work with students. I actually treated kids as if they were my little brothers and sisters. So, yeah, I understand the time and environment and the world we're in, but there are people who really do care about the outcome of children. And I'm not saying like the other staff and teachers didn't, but for me, I used to break some of the rules. That's what it is. Like, if this boy or girl needed shoes and clothes, I will bring them shoes and clothes. This boy or girl needs some food or something to eat, I will get them something to eat. Like, the influence I had working with children was amazing, but I wasn't able to do too much because of, I guess, the rules and things like that with public schooling. So I got out of there. It stressed me out a lot. Stressed me out a lot. I wasn't able to work with these kids at all. So I left and got up and went to Kansas. And what's crazy about me leaving and going to Kansas, I didn't tell my parents that I was coming back to Kansas. I didn't tell none of my friends. I literally got my bonus check or whatever, left home and just drove. And you can check out my earlier YouTube videos as to the reason why I left home and got out of there. Now, the thing about like life and improving and growing and elevating, what was considered difficult or rough or hard for you might not be rough, difficult, or hard for somebody else. But don't let somebody try to, I guess, downplay what you felt was difficult in your life or downplay what you thought didn't work out in your life. Because the thing is, you went through it. It was hard for you. And what was hard for you might not be hard for everybody else, but I guarantee something on their side was hard for them or difficult for them. And it might be easy for you to go through what they went through. So just know, like, nothing out here in this world Anything in life that you're going through or dealing with, you're not the only one. You're not the first one. You won't be the last one. But this is what I learned. Like me being out here on my own, I've set goals. I've set markers. I've set things in a place to where no matter what is happening, I'm staying focused on the long term goal. Now, long term meaning I said I was going to start me a mobile detailing service. I got it. Things are going slow right now, but the thing is, I have the truck, I have the things in place to keep progressing. I want to get this business done, that business done. Okay, I'm working on my credit so I can start getting approved for higher limits. Credit is going, it's coming along well, and I'm doing this all on my own. I'm reading the books, I'm studying you know, the rules as to how to fix credit, how to start your business, this and that. So I'm working on like LLCs. I'm getting like copyrights and trademarks and everything else. And some of the stuff you're never gonna know until you get started. You have to go. And I'm not saying this with business, just anything in life. You literally have to get out here on your own and try it. You have to go. You have to grow. And it's crazy because I really felt like with basketball growing up, I felt like I got the short end of the stick at every school I went to playing basketball. And sometimes your teammates will tell you that. Sometimes your friends will tell you that. Like, yo, you should. But the thing was, I just don't know. Like, maybe it wasn't my time. Maybe that wasn't for me to play basketball. Now, this journey that I'm on, I'm enjoying it. I like it. I'm in control of what happens now. Basketball, I was somewhat in control, but I feel like I wasn't that good of a player, but I was good. So top players, great players dictate what happens with them, where they can go and this and that. But when you're just a decent player or okay player, your coaches have the final say in a way, like as to where you go, what happens, the coaches, like this is all business and relationships. So if a coach says something about you to another coach, that's based off of trust. Like, yo, I'm putting my name on the line for you, so I can't lie to these people to get you there. So them type of things. So my attitude wasn't bad in school. Uh, Me being quiet often got misunderstood, but I was very competitive on the court. Very, very competitive on the court. I have some friends I hang with now out here in Kansas that from time to time they want me to play ball. They might want me to play in a camp or things like that, but I really don't want to play basketball no more because of that. That competitive drive for basketball is gone now. Like, I could care less about basketball. I barely even watch it now. I might watch a game here and there, and I applaud like every guy who made it or is going to make it, because that journey is more than just going to the gym and shooting shots, and it's literally that with anything in life. So what I'm doing now is translating basketball or the basketball world. I'm translating that over to the business world. If I can get a competitive advantage in business, or I can be um, like, yeah, very actually, yeah, if I can be competitive in basketball, I know I can translate that over to business. And you know, when you starting off in the business world and you're youthful, you actually, the odds are in your favor. The odds are in your favor. Like, there's been actually quite a couple of people who let me wash their car because they found out I went to Kansas Western. They found out I went to Brown Mackey, things like that. But my thing is, I'm not here to, I guess, keep it small. What I learned from watching Grant Cardone, Dan Loke, and a couple other business people, you have to expand. So me washing cars will not just be here in this city. I'll expand to other cities in Kansas and keep improving and keep growing. Now, I don't really understand and know the whole piece of the journey or what's to happen. But right now, you're really just learning as you go. I think that's what I like about being out here in Kansas. See, we have all this open land. So with open land, this is like the metaphor, the analogy I'm using. Like with a bunch of open land, you have the ability to create whatever it is you want out here. And I compare this to how my mindset moves. The way my mindset is an open canvas now, open land like my mind. So I'm able to think clearly. I'm able to be more creative. That is why I believe school didn't work out for me, because the boxes and boundaries a lot of times I was put in, it didn't work out for me. Like, I don't know. I really don't have no examples for you. I just know, like, the questions I used to ask teachers, the questions I used to ask coaches, like, different things. But the thing is, the level that I felt I should have been at was the same level that these people just like me ask these questions. Like, um, for example, in high school, I used to take shots like I was in the NBA. This is how my father raised me. If you trying to get somewhere, you have to work out and practice like that. Now, I'm not going to say I was working out like an NBA player, but I worked harder than pretty much what I seen. Like, sometimes you don't know some things until you get to another level. Like, I thought I was the best player in Charlotte, North Carolina. Turned out I was one of them. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Regardless of what everybody else say, when I stepped on that court, it wasn't too many times I didn't like perform. Now, what I learned is street basketball is different than organized, so I had to learn how to play organized. But I'm going off on the tangent a little bit, but open land, look at this. You have the ability to create whatever it is you want out here. If you own this piece of land, you can create whatever it is that you want. Now, being in a big city, buildings on top of buildings, neighborhoods, apartments, everything piled you on top of each other, you know, me and my brother shared a room. We lived in a 3-bedroom house. Literally, as soon as you come out, like, okay, look at this trail I'm on. Our hallway is probably a third of this. So when you come out of the hallway, you're literally face to face with somebody else across the hallway. You could hear everything going on in the house. Me and my brother slept on the floor. We had a mattress on the floor, all types of things. Like, there was a point in time where things were looking good. I don't know if they were good. I was a kid, but they looked good. It looked as if we had everything made. But I don't want to look like I got it made. I'm going to have it made. So, you know, I like the place I'm in right now, and I come outside a lot. This is what I used to do at home. Late night drives. I take walks to the park. Uh, just do different things like this, and I would literally just sit here and figure it out, what it is that I'm gonna do. I would figure out what it is that I want to get done, and for the most part, I like this. So here I am, you know, walking and enjoying my life. Literally, like, this is how I enjoy. Um, this is how I enjoy my time. Sometimes I just come out here. I might sit on a park bench. This park doesn't have a bench, but other parks out here have a bench. So I sit on the bench to sit in nature. I might take my shoes off and just walk. Sometimes I sit there and just go into deep thought and just, like, kind of shut my brain off. Sometimes overthinking can work your brain. You might stress yourself out, start screaming, crying, throwing stuff, whatever type of, I guess, mental breakdown or meltdown you have. Like, you got to figure out a way to, you know, handle that, because life does get hard. And see, here I am. I'm single. I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have any kids. So for me, I don't think it's that hard, because there are some people who are learning from their past experiences. For example, my younger brother, he has a son now. I don't think if he understood, I don't think he understood that having a kid is a big responsibility when he had the kid. But now the kid is here, some of the things that he wish he had got set up, he wish he had it now. So that's like one example. Reason I don't have a girlfriend is because, like, this has had nothing to do with trust issues. I don't care about all that. Like, I am gonna treat my relationship as a business. Like, that's literally why I talk to pretty much every girl and just try to figure out what it is, like, what it is about them. Like, what's your plans in 6 months? What's your plans in a year? What's your plans in 2 to 3 years? Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Like, this stuff matters to me. So this stuff matters to me a lot, because if you don't set yourself up for the future, I feel like having kids and things like that, in my opinion, it's not smart. Like my parents had us when they was younger, and life was hard. Life was very hard. Now, parents oftentimes do the most to, I guess, I don't know the word for it. Like they do the most just to, make sure their kids have everything or try to cover up things so their kids don't stress out and panic. But instead of me doing that, I just avoid those situations altogether and just, all right, look, this part of my life can't happen yet until I get myself together. So that's the main reason I don't have a girlfriend. I haven't got myself together. I don't got myself together. I don't have a home for us to come home to. I don't have my car and everything in the right situation. Like, I'm different about this stuff. I don't get involved in things if I don't have myself together. And so far it's working. So far it's working. Now, the negatives I could focus on is you don't got no money. Your car window is broke. You got a mobile detailing service, but it ain't moving. That's easy to focus on that. Everybody gonna have, you know what I'm saying, things about them that isn't going right. But the positives is I have a car. I'm working on getting my own home. I'm increasing my credit and stuff. I'm learning how to I'm learning about personal finance, like how to manage my money. And the only way you learn how to manage your money is by messing up with money. Like you learn, oh, I shouldn't have did this, I should have did this. Now there can be people who can teach you how to hold your money, do this and that, but at the end of the day, you're never gonna learn nothing until you fail yourself. That's how you learn. You gotta fail to learn. And I've failed several times since being out here in Kansas. I done got money and lost it, got money and lost it, and I'm not gonna say it's a lot of money, but in my mind, I know I can get to this certain limit now. The most I've had so far in Kansas, being out here these past couple of months, is $2,000 to $3,000 all at one time, and I lost it. Now losing it, how do you lose it? You think you're balling now. You go out to eat with your friends. You spend your money on shoes, clothes. You want to go to the clubs and buy drinks, like all type of stuff that don't accumulate or bring money back. I should have put them things into assets. Now the thing is, as you keep looking for opportunities, they're gonna keep presenting themselves. But just because they keep presenting themselves, don't mean anything. You can still keep messing up. So eventually, you're gonna have to change the way you think, to change the way you view stuff out here in the world. But look at this. This is nice. This is nice. And trust me, when you start doing stuff for yourself or growing and improving, you're gonna have friends who laugh at you. My friends laugh at me for shooting YouTube videos. I still love them though. Them are my bros. Like it don't matter. Like I got one of my friends though, he wanna jump on the YouTube channel though. But the thing is, until you start believing what it is you wanna do, nobody else is gonna start really, oh okay, so he or she is serious about this. So I had some of my friends telling me the car wash thing wouldn't work in Kansas because it get too cold. Just because it's cold don't mean cars don't get dirty. I understand how to wrap up in gear, put on stuff that'll keep you warm. Kansas has a bunch of stores for that type of weather. Like, I'm pretty sure the people here know it gets cold, so they equip their stores with the proper garments to keep yourself warm. I just use those garments outside while I'm washing cars. Like, the way my father taught me or raised me to think is never underestimate yourself. Don't ever think you can't do something. And my dad necessarily don't have, my father necessarily doesn't have everything in order with his life. But the thing is, just because your parents or your older brother, sister, whoever it is trying to give you advice on something, just because they don't have it in order, that is the reason why they're trying to teach you or show you. Now, sometimes it's very hard to listen to a teacher when the teacher isn't using what they are teaching. But I look at it from my dad's point of view. I listen to what my father is saying with the help of others who are in a position where I'm trying to get to. so I don't make the same mistakes. I don't care about clubs and parties and things like that, even though I go from time to time. But I'm very, just know, like, when you go to these events or this and that, people are gonna clown you. They're gonna laugh at you. They're gonna say this, they're gonna say that when you don't wanna go. That's just the way it is. But you have to know, like, literally, these journeys, you out here by yourself. That's what I learned. Things I'm doing, you're gonna be on your own. But everybody's around when you make the shot. Everybody's around when you're winning. That's just the way it goes. So understand that. But the reason why people be so stressed out as to why these things are happening, like people coming around when they got stuff together, is because you never check people around you when you was coming up. Like, I remind my friends when we hanging out, I'm like, hey, y'all laughing now, but just know it's gonna come a time where I get to laugh too. But the thing is, you're gonna lose some friends, you're gonna lose people around you that don't see the vision or see it the way you see it. That's why you shouldn't share your vision with everybody. Because there are people who are gonna try to tear you down. Like, try to deter you from what you said you want. That's why you gotta move in silence. I don't tell nobody nothing. I don't tell none of my friends anything. So with that being said, sometimes I feel like as if you really are out here on your own. That's fine with me. I don't care. I'll be on my own. I'll be on my own. Not in a bad way though. It's just, that's just the way life goes. But see, this right here, you gotta find a way to connect back with nature. Nature will clear your mind. It'll let you, get yourself in order, and that's literally what I'm doing. It's literally what I'm doing.